Let's try now to draw a window in one-point perspective. Let's get started. If we're going to draw a window in one-point perspective, the first thing we have to know is the window facing us? In which case, the window would simply be a rectangle or a square. If the window is, in fact, on a wall that's moving away from us, then we have another issue because we have to use the vanishing point in order to have it correspond to the vanishing point. So let's get started doing that. I'm just correcting this window here, which is a rectangle. Okay, so the first thing we need to take into consideration is, are we using scale? If we're using scale, then of course we need to pay attention to these marks on the window. I'm sorry, on the back wall, but we're not going to pay attention to scale right now. I'm just going to show you how to draw the window. In order to draw the window on the side wall, we need to use orthogonals because they're moving away from us. So these orthogonals, once again, have to be lines going to the vanishing point. So I'm drawing a big window here using orthogonals, lines going to the vanishing point. Now I'm stopping the window with a vertical, clean up the corner just a little bit there, and then I can use another vertical over here. Let's try and make that a little bit more of a vertical. And if you wind up not drawing something that's a perfect vertical or a perfect horizontal or a perfect orthogonal, you should go back and correct it also. All right, so here we have our window. Two orthogonals, one top, one bottom, and two verticals, one left and one right. But you can see that this window really doesn't have a whole lot of dimension to it, a whole lot of depth. Oh yes, we can see it going back to the vanishing point, but it might as well just be a rectangular piece of paper stuck to the wall. In order to make this look as if it's a form, that is to say, three-dimensional, as opposed to a shape, which is 2D, we need to give it some dimension. So let me show you how to do that. I'm switching over to blue now. Since this window is moving away from us, of course, we use two orthogonals. But the back of the window, back here, is actually facing us just like this window is facing us. So what we're going to do is we're going to use verticals and horizontals. We come from the corners of the windows and we draw a horizontal there and we draw a horizontal there. Now we've decided how thick the window is or how wide the wall is, because most windows do go through the wall, of course, and then we stop it. Okay, so now we have the back wall of the window. Now, in order to get the depth in, once again, we will need orthogonals. So I'm drawing an orthogonal here, and then from the top corner, I'm going to draw an orthogonal here. Now, if you take a look at this, you can see that I've drawn this incorrectly. It doesn't go to the vanishing point. If that happens to you in whatever drawing you're doing, it's very important to go back and correct it because that really does destroy the illusion. So now I need to make sure that whatever I draw is going to the vanishing point. And you can see that that line that I've just drawn looks a lot better. It does need to connect up to that corner without fail, however. So I'm going to go back and correct that. So let's make sure that we know what we have here. I'm now filling in, and once again, you should not be filling in your drawings like this because the graphite will wind up all over your paper and it'll make a mess. But this is now the window sill. This is the inside of the window and the back wall of the window. All right? Make sure that when you do it, that this is a horizontal, this is a horizontal, and this is a vertical. This area here needs to be a perfect rectangle when you're done. Okay? Orthogonal and orthogonal. Give it a little bit of practice, and it'll all work out for you. You'll see.